So Najib Zainel says, "Hi, my SEO mentor Chase Reiner. Can you give the best advice for starting SEO and social media agency?" So I don't really have a social media agency, but I do have an SEO agency that brings in about 30K a month. And I think the top things I could recommend are, number one, figure out what you're streamlining. So if you're going to be selling SEO or social media or whatever you're selling, make sure that you can streamline it. And what do I mean by that? I mean that if you can't scale it, then you can't really sell it. Uh, because if you're just doing all of this stuff manually, or you don't have processes built in to kind of show how to do this stuff in a streamlined way, where you're taking somebody from point A to point B in 3 steps, then you're going to end up spending a bunch of your time just trying to figure all this stuff out all the time, trying to personalize what you're doing to everybody. It's a lot easier to say, okay, we do, let's say, Snapchat marketing, and we know how to get you 300 more people per month doing Snapchat. All you have to do is pay $500, and we're going to use our methods to do this. Now, of course, it's not always that easy. It's not just easy to go and get 300 people to somebody. But if you can at least have case studies showing, okay, this is around the number we shoot for, like 150 to 300, and this is how we do it. So again, having your streamline built out where you can actually show people in a transparent way what you're doing. A good example of this is for, let's say, SEO. I have a page on one of my websites that shows how I, go and do SEO. It doesn't show, for instance, how I do it step by step, but like the results around it, right? Like here is, all the results, and then here's a little guide that shows, what I do. But something really simple where you're showing results, you're showing what you do, you're being transparent about it, and then you're bringing people in for some sort of free audit or whatever. So yeah, the biggest thing I could say is streamlining your service, creating results and testimonials for that thing that you're selling, and case studies, and then positioning what you do as sort of a solution that people are looking for, and then giving them some sort of free audit or free consultation. And the way you do that is you bring them in based on what budget you're looking for, based on the supply and demand of your company at that time. So if you know that you need another $500 client to be able to scale further, or you have somebody new coming in next month, a new intern, you can give them new work, and you want to get 3 new people in. Make something where you can give something away for free that a lot of people will ask for. If I go and post this right now, hey everybody, go fill out this form. If you are within our expected sort of expectations for a client, we'll give you a free audit. And a lot of this usually does not just have to do with their position in the company, or what type of marketing they're doing. A lot of it usually has to do with their budget, right? If I have 10 new clients coming in this month and I only have 1 space available, you know that I'm going to charge more for that last space than I would charge for somebody who's coming in who's brand, the very first client. And that doesn't have to do with me being unfair about my prices, or it has to do with supply and demand. And as your supply goes down, the demand hopefully also goes up, and you charge more based off that. So if I have 5 people who contact me, and I say to all of them, oh, I can only take 1 of you, would you be willing to pay $2,000 a month? That's a lot better than so again, the way you scale out, the best way to scale out, streamline it, case study it, testimonial it, focus on supply and demand, try to create more demand for your products based on your incoming requests, and then start charging more and more for what you do. And then also figure out what else you can sell, what else you can streamline, because the more assets you have that you can streamline, the more you can sell, the more options these people have to buy lower products that are less time intensive, like for instance, somebody joining my mastermind or coaching or something like that, versus going and being an actual client we're going to do implementations for. You need to take your highest, most valuable thing that's hardest to do and position that as the most expensive thing, and then have things that are less intensive, things that don't take you a while to do, to also be available for people who can't afford that higher up price at all, because you don't want to leave money on the table, right?